Good evening and welcome once again to Coach McNally Stadium. We've got some District 4A soccer for you. We've got the Pennridge Rams taking on the Springford Rams here in the semifinals. I am Anthony Bamford, joined by my partner Edan Castile. And Edan, how's Pennridge looking?
Well, this is the Rams versus Rams. This is a super duper high stakes game. The semifinals, and Pennridge coming in 9-5, and this is the second farthest they've ever been in team history. So, this team wants to become the furthest team in team history. So they're gonna want to beat the Rams today, and they're gonna want to win big.
For Pennridge, they've had a tough slate to get here. They defeated the 5 seed in the first round of districts, Abington 1-0, and then in the second round they came back and defeated the 13 seed Upper Dublin 1-0. So they're a team that's playing some great defense. And one player to watch for Pennridge is going to be number 11, Aiden Castle. Look to see him showcasing his speed and flying around the field. And Edan, how about the Rams?
Well, the Rams, they've had a pretty up and down season. They had losing streaks, they had winning streaks, but it's all come down to this game. They have a very difficult task ahead of them. Like you said, Pennridge is a team who has 9 wins with a very, very crowded schedule. Springford is, they've also had a very crowded schedule, and they are pulling out, with 3 victories in a row with shutouts. And, that's a big part of Echo coming back into this roster. His defensive presence has been absolutely outstanding. Like I said, 3 shutouts since he's came back to the Springford roster. So, super high stakes game for both teams, and this is as big as it gets.
Number 35, Echo Aso Manning, will be one to watch in this game. This should be a great game. Both teams, we talk about lower end of the seeding spectrum. Springford a 9 seed, Pennridge a 12 seed. They've both had some big upsets to get to this point.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And like I said, there was a point in the Springford season where, it looked like things were starting to slip a little out of control there, and they've really rallied back. And, to be where they are now with 7 wins, they're in a really, really tight spot. And with Pennridge, like I said, their schedule has been ridiculously tough. And the fact that they have 9 wins just shows the resiliency of this team.
When you look at the Suburban 1 conference, as you mentioned, being extremely tough, there's still 2 Suburban 1 teams in here, Pennridge and the other one being North Penn. So you can see how well Pennridge has had to play to get to this point.
Yeah, well, one thing we got to definitely watch out for here, 2 players on each side. When we talked to the Pennridge coach, one name he just kept on mentioning from Springford is Andrew Merchant. And, he's talking about his game-breaking speed and, how they're going to focus on him. And the Pennridge coach also was talking about Aiden Castle, who you already mentioned, but he said something very interesting. And he said there is a difference between speed and there's a difference between game-breaking speed. And he said Castle has that. So 2 really, really fast, explosive guys to watch on both sides.
As we get ready, Tommy Bodenschatz to send this ball in for the Rams. 40 minutes up on the clock.
It's showing 0-0 on here, but it's not showing it up there.
Scoreboard here has Springford up 1-0 already. That is not the case. This is very much still a tied game.
Springford is pleading that, no, that is actually correct.
They wish it would be. It would be.
I know.
That would be some high stakes soccer there if one team started up. It's almost like in chess where in the old days someone would used to play down a piece, and Springford would love to have that early advantage, but I'm sure Pennridge would not like to have to play against the Springford team down a goal from the start.
Absolutely not. Your scoreboard on the screen is perfect, but having slight technical difficulties here at home, which is the reason for the minute delay here.
Yeah, I'm ready to go with the time.
And we're going to play ball. Bodenschatz ends it. And right away we see Castle flying in there.
Man, his speed.
The Rams get the ball back. Lynch in the middle, dribbling around, looking for Zisk, finds him. Zisk advances the ball, looking for Bodenschatz. Bodenschatz and Erazo going at it. Pennridge comes up with it. They advance the ball over midfield. Castle gets double-teamed. They go to Link.
I'm expecting to see Castle be double-teamed every time the ball goes his way, and you're going to see Echo, make sure his eyes are on Castle here. I mean, you see already. First of all, Castle is, he's a little bit on the shorter side here, especially comparing to the other players. But he just plays so much bigger than he is, and he's going to sneak up on you, take the ball away from you. So he's going to be something for Springford to watch.
Guthrie goes long on the throw-in. Ball gets bounced around. Pennridge comes down with it. Pennridge looking to advance it. Castle now with it. Castle gets it knocked away. Good job by Denena. Now Merchant advancing the ball. Finds Bodenschatz. Bodenschatz trying to go back to Merchant. His pass is deflected. Pennridge controls. Kevin Link has it. Sends it back over. Back to Link. Kevin Link goes to Castle.
Miscommunication there.
A little bit of an errant pass. Bodenschatz comes away with it. Sends it over to Denena. Denena will take this ball over to the left side of the field. Ball gets bounced around. Trevor Jones comes out. Both he and the Pennridge athlete get there at the same time. It'll be Springford ball. Justin Russell trying to break free of the double team. Ball getting bounced around. Denena sends it back. The Springford defense trying to get it set up, able to get the ball around Castle. Echo Aso Manning now brings it up, sends it long. Good pass by Akshay Patel.
That was beautiful.
Now Bodenschatz on the attack. Can he center it? Gets it poked away. Good stand by the Pennridge defense there.
That didn't result in a goal, but you have to admire that stunning pass there by Patel. I mean, he was off balance, almost behind him, and he was able to place that perfectly. He does that again, I guarantee you it results in a goal.
Ball gets bounced around. Pennridge sending it long. It'll be an offsides on the Pennridge Rams. It'll be Springford ball. You can really see that both of these teams love that fast attacking style of offense, as we are just about 3 minutes in, and we've already had many changes of possessions here.
Coming into this game, we both knew that these are some of the two fastest teams, like literal fastest teams in the conference. Every guy on this field has game-breaking speed. On Springford, you got Goldberg, you got Shlok Shaw, you got Merchant. These are all guys who can, outrun each one of their opponents. And on the other side, you got Castle, who might be the fastest player on this field right now. So you expect a fast game here.
Ben Scary's pass intended for Kevin Link goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Pennridge. They go short on the throw-in. Good box out there. And good defense by Brian Zisk, able to poke that ball out. It'll be Dalton Guthrie to throw it in. Everybody's set. Here comes the throw-in. Down in that goal area. Good job by Springford clearing it out. Bodenschatz there to pick up the clear out. Bodenschatz dribbling around. Aggressive slide tackle there by Carlos Irazo.
Yeah, there was no way he was going to get out of that one. You got to play aggressive against the Springford team, and he did it a little too late there, and ended up being a call.
So Trevor Jones off this free kick, keeps it on the ground. Then fakes, dribbles around, back to Jones. Jones crossed that midfield mark, sends it down to Merchant. Ball kicks away from him. Pennridge ball. Pennridge going quickly on that throw in to Castle. Aiden Castle now dribbling around, weaving in and out of the Springford defense. And Pennridge will advance this ball up towards the top of your screen. Ball gets sent back down by Springford. Good header there by the Pennridge defense.
Both of these teams are really coming out with a sense of urgency here. Both are playing at 110%.
Lynch to Goldberg. Goldberg now pushing it into that attacking third. Springford keeping the pressure. Merchant trying to keep this ball in play. Will he be able to? Yes, he does. Ball gets bounced around, then it'll go off Pennridge.
Man, I had no question in my mind that Merchant was going to get to that ball. I mean, just that speed and, a smart play there to kick it to his opponent and force a corner kick.
First corner of the game goes up. Good job by C.J. Dimmick. Pennridge goalie coming out, blocking that ball basketball style.
Yeah, when a goalie in that situation cannot have any hesitation whatsoever, and when you're up in the air, there's no coming back down, and if you do hesitate, that ball's going in the goal.
Now back on the field, Guthrie for the throw-in. Long throw-in headed out by Manning. Now Goldberg has it, bounces it up, looking for Lynch. Lynch has it. Lynch taking it up. But to bounce the ball around, Springford still contains control. Denena looking around. Springford still working that ball around, looking for an angle of attack. Bodenschatz puts a nice move on there, but a fake out the Pennridge defender. Ball gets poked away. Springford trying to crash, unable to get it. Pennridge sending it long. Did Castle beat the Springford defense?
Oh my
goodness. He
goodness.
did not. That ball's still loose. But thankfully for the Rams, it will go out of bounds. And you just saw it there. Castle in a foot race with Manning and Jones. He almost had the corner, but a great job by Hajduk coming out and, disrupting that play.
That was on the goalie. And you know what? That was a risky play by Hajduk, to come out that far. It ended up paying off. But if Castle just got even a little bit of control of that, that would have been a goal, and that would have been an impressive one too. But, there is Castle's speed on full display there, outrunning two of Springford's best. And yeah, he's going to be a player to watch today. I guarantee you he's going to make some incredible play tonight.
Good job by Bodenschatz, taking that ball away from Kevin Link, and he's going to send it all the way down to Logan Hajduk, the freshman goalie for these Rams. Rams bouncing around, pressured by the other Rams. Pennridge quickly goes for the throw, and it gets picked off by the Rams. Springford going to advance it. That ball is going to take a nice roll all the way out of bounds. It'll be Pennridge ball. Pennridge on the throw-in, goes long with the pass. Rams there to send it back over. About 8 minutes have passed here in the first period of the District 4A semifinals.
And you know what? This has been, of course, it's been even as it's 0-0. But in terms of time of possession and, who's been able to develop offense, it's been very, very even. But neither team has been able to get a leverage just yet, but both have shown flashes.
All fans should be wearing a mask and be socially distanced. Thank you.
Brian Ziss now to take the throw-in for the Rams. He sends it down looking for Merchant. Gets knocked right back to Zisk. He'll try again for the throw-in. Once again looking down in that goal area. Pennridge able to take it away. They send it long, looking for Castle again. Pass a little too long. Castle doesn't have a chance to run that one down.
Hey, they'll take that opportunity, all day, because eventually Castle's going to get it. The pass is going to be on point, and it's going to be 1-0.
Goldberg now advances to Bodenschatz. Bodenschatz working back onto the Springford side. Finds Manning. Manning comes up, looking for Merchant. Pass slips by. Colin Monahan's going to let this one roll all the way over to C.J. Dimmick. And Dimmick will run over towards the right side of the field and send this ball back into play. Dimmick sends it towards midfield. Good job by Lynch. Able to box out, get that ball. Springford crossing midfield onto the Pennridge side. And just as quickly as that, it's right back on the Rams side as Pennridge is attacking. Good job by Trevor Jones cutting off that pass.
It was a very well done job by Trevor Jones, getting in front, getting his foot on the ball and making sure nothing lethal happens.
Able to stall that attack there for Pennridge. They will have to try again after this throw-in. They go short off the throw-in. Back to the thrower. Ball gets bounced around. Pennridge still has it in, passing it around. Now they go to the corner. Off the center. Hajduk comes up, knocks it away. Bodenschatz trying to get there to save it before it goes out of bounds.
Outstanding instincts from Hajduk. That ball was not necessarily near the goal, but but it had an angle to go inside the goal, and Hajduk was able to jump on it and get both hands on the ball and save the potential goal there. I always mention it. You know, goalies have the best instincts on the field, and they have to trust those instincts 110% because the soccer balls come in at such a fast speed that they don't have time to hesitate, and one single hesitation can result in a goal. So goalies got to trust in their instinct.
You mentioned the speed. It's not just the speed. You know, you got to calculate so much. Like what part you got to guess. Like what part of the goal, you know, the attacker wants to go to. You can go, you know, top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right, or even right at you. And sometimes it's the ones that go right at you that you never expect.
It's all instinct. A lot of the time, it's all instinct. And you know, in all the sports, that there are few players. There are few, you know, specific positions that need to trust their instincts as much as goalies do.
Back on the field of play. Ball bouncing around there. Springford sends it back to their defense, trying to get something set up here on offense. Good job by the Pennridge defense, able to jump the gun on the passing lanes. They look to bring this ball up. Pass for Jeff Stritzel, not there. Merchant lets that one slip through, staying with it. Ball gets bounced around. It'll go with Pennridge. Maybe a little bit of room for dispute there on that call, but
yeah, Ram Faithful wasn't so happy about that one.
In a game like this, we can make the comment and say ball stays with the Rams either way.
For those watching at home, this is a Rams versus Rams, you know, event here, and Springford Rams are in blue, and the Pennridge Rams are in white. If there's any confusion at home.
Goldberg sends Stritzel to the ground. Merchant trying to pass it to Goldberg. Good job by Trevor Jones there, knocking that pass away from Castle. Now Goldberg in the middle. Over to Denena in the middle. Now ball on the outside. Springford dribbling around. Now passing it back outside. Going into the middle for Lynch. Connor Lynch gathering.
It's interesting because this Springford offense is usually run through the right side, and that's because Merchant is on the right side. But you know, they've been more on the left today, and I think a huge part of that is what Coach Kissel expected is that they're going to double Merchant.
And a little bit too could be just, you know, how the flow of the game has been working. You know, Pennridge is a team that runs the ball on the right side a lot, as we've seen so far. And, you know, usually when you run it on the right side, you know, you talk about it being flipped. It's really when the ball's on the right side for Pennridge, on the left side for Springford, and that's something to keep an eye out as this game goes on. As Springford will get their second corner kick of the game. They're unable to convert on the first one. Kick comes in, nice hook on that one. Headed out by Pennridge. Good job by Carlos Arazo.
It seemed that one went a little bit more out than Merchant wanted to, but Springford maintains possession here.
Springford in the middle to Goldberg. Goldberg working his way deep into that Pennridge defense.
Ooh.
Trying to dribble, gets it knocked away. Goldberg gets it back. Merchant kind of just lofts it over. Was maybe expecting someone to be in that right corner. No one was there. CJ Dimmick comes up and fields.
Goldberg had a pretty good opportunity there, and you know, we saw some of Goldberg's speed on display there as he literally ran around 3 defenders without being touched, and he just couldn't get the proper angle without somebody getting their foot on the ball.
The Rams passing it around. Denena gets double team. Stritzel comes up with it. Ball gets dribbled around. Ben Scary has it now. Scary passes it over. Now Castle. Castle sends it off. Jones comes up, tries to steal it, comes up empty-handed. Rams defense, though, takes it away. Bodenchat's trying to control it, unable. Ben Scary gathers. Sends it over to Arazo. Arazo tightly defended there. Pennridge keeping the ball down on the Rams side.
They're trying to get it to Castle, but you know, every time it gets there, there's 2 to 3 players around him. It's just not working.
I mean, the Rams, you got to keep your eye on him. A guy like that, if you blink, you miss him. I mean, we saw that early on when he almost was able to split Jones and Asomani and get to that goal. His speed is just unreal.
For those watching at home, Aiden Castle is wearing number 11 for Pennridge, and he's just a guy. He's just a guy you got to keep your eye on.
Pennridge will send this free kick in, and it is a monster of a kick. Hajduk coming over, trying to defend. No one in the goal. This is risky here. Castle trying to turn the corner. His pass.
Oh my goodness. That was a complete missed opportunity there by Castle. His head was turned, and he did not see how wide open the goal was. Not necessarily his fault there, but man, I mean, all he had to do was just tap that in, and he just wasn't facing the right direction.
You just saw that free kick. It dragged Hajduk so far out of the goal, but the Rams did a good job packing it in around that goal and limiting Pennridge's chances to get that skull with the net wide open.
Yeah, that's the second time That's the second time Hajduk has done that this game. You know, come so far out of the. Actually, the third time, come so far out of the goal, and you know, while you can get some incredible saves like that, and you know, stop a play early from developing, it can also be extremely risky. As they're very fortunate that was not a goal.
Pennridge gathers now for their second consecutive corner kick. It is up, headed up high. And Goldberg fighting, trying to get that ball out of the attacking third. He will be rewarded with spring forward ball. So a good stand by spring forward there. Able to fend off a free kick and 2 corners.
Yeah, very fortunate to get out of that one. You know, still 0-0. We'll see if Springford can catch any momentum here.
Merchant's header for Lynch is knocked away.
You know, one thing we definitely got to keep an eye on is we are approaching the half point here in the half. You know, Springford, even when they are losing, they tend to own time of possession. They really do. I mean, they just hold on to the ball, and their defense just makes sure nothing gets going here. But I must say that in this game, it's been very even in terms of who's owning time of possession here.
So Springford with a chance. Bodenchat's trying to beat Monahan. Bodenchat's shot. Blocked by Dimmick. Ball still being bounced around there. Pennridge trying to get it on the ground as quick as possible. Now they send it out. And a good job by Pennridge, able to clear that out and buy the defense some time.
Bodenchat's, man, I mean, he took that all the way. I mean, he ran around 3 guys, and he had a great angle. Great play by the goalkeeper, though. And, you know, great hustle by Bodenchat's, too.
So Pennridge now looking to turn some defense into offense. They send it back. Now going for Castle. Ball takes an awkward hop off Castle's foot. Ball still down there for now. Lynch trying to track it. And the Pennridge header will go out of bounds. Bounce into the stands here at McNelly. Brian Ziss to take the throw in. 21 minutes, 10 seconds to go here in the first period.
Shout out to our ball boys here. Getting the balls, you know, making sure the flow of the game stays intact.
That's very important with soccer is, you know, that flow of the game is key, as that's going to be a penalty on number 26, Nicky Williams.
You know, in professional soccer, I've seen a few goals that have been, you know, almost counted because of ball boys and how fast they can get the ball back into the field of play. In fact, one time I saw a goal that the ball boy got the ball in so quickly that even the coach had to go over and give the ball boy a fist pump.
Beautiful free kick by Jones, but a good job by the Pennridge defenders, able to disrupt it.
Those kicks are not easy. To put it like that, you know, exactly where you want it to, 40 yards down the field, those are not easy to do.
The Rams doing a good job here in the stint, keeping that ball down on the Pennridge side. As Pennridge sends it long. Ball's going to stay on their side. Beautiful header there by the Rams defense. This ball gets bounced around.
Ooh.
And the refs will call that play off. It'll be another free kick chance for the Rams.
I still cannot believe that this is November 10th and we're getting weather like this.
It has been beautiful weather.
In an elimination like this, elimination game like this, every year, you know, you would expect, you know, some frigid weathers to be approaching, but we got some nice weather here in November.
It's around 65 degrees with a slight breeze, if I'm correct. A beautiful night to be playing soccer or any sport for that matter.
Beautiful night to call the game too.
It is, and you know, this is everybody's dream here. Every athlete's dream, I should say, in the playoffs here, under the lights in a must-win game. Everyone wants to make that big play. As Pennridge takes that away, they send it long. Ball will trickle past Aso Manning. He just sends it over to the sideline,
It's probably the smart play there.
especially with the Pennridge attack closing in on you. Just want to make sure you clear that out, and just a smart heads-up play there.
Don't take any risks that are not needed.
A good job by Justin Russell knocking that pass out of bounds.
You know, we are still 0-0 here in this ball game, but I think both teams are playing exceptionally. You know, they've both had great shots available. They've both had great defensive plays. Just nothing has gone in yet, but I think this is a very well played ball game.
And that was something Coach Kissel, kind of mentioned to us when we were talking to him pregame, is that both of these teams are coming off back-to-back shutouts in their last 2 rounds. So in the first 2 rounds of districts, both teams have shut out their opponents. These are 2 really strong defenses, and I think it's showing here early on.
Yeah, and you know, talking to Kissel, I told him, like, this is a super high stakes game. I mean, this is win or out. And I'm like, what's your mentality going into this? You know, especially against a defense like this, and you know, your defensive play. And he told me, look, this is just another ball game. That's the way to look at this. You know, it's just another ball game. That we gotta just score more points than the other team.
A simple but powerful message as Springford has that ball in around the goal. Pennridge knocks it out of that attacking third.
I didn't catch you hit that ball out of there, but great heads up play in that attacking third.
But Springford here in these last 10 minutes really starting to take control of the ball. They've had that ball on the Pennridge side a lot in this game, as that ball's going to roll out of bounds.
Good hustle there. Just was a step behind.
That ball's going to go in. CJ Dimmick will prepare to send it back into play. Just under 17 minutes, 16:50 to go here in the first period. So the ball gets sent in. Zis there to head it out of bounds.
Yeah, I got to take a minute to appreciate this. He kicked that from 5 yards inside the end zone there, and it went all the way out to the 50. You just got to admire stuff like that. It wasn't even like a punt. He just kicked that straight off the ground.
Power at its finest, as Russell does a good job taking away that pass intended for Castle. Zisk once again making a good play. Ball will stay with Pennridge. Stritzel's throwing. Rams take it away. Zisk to Lynch. Lynch to Russell. Russell gets it poked away. Zisk there to pick it up. Zisk for Denena. Denena trying to figure out where everyone is. That'll be another penalty on Pennridge.
Yeah, Pennridge is playing aggressive. And, you know, penalties like that might cost them possessions. But sometimes you got to be aggressive. But I don't think that was a situation to be aggressive.
Lynch now dribbling around, trying to put the move on Castle. Castle does a great job making a slide tackle, poking that ball out of bounds.
You know what? Who was that? Bodenschatz?
Lynch.
Lynch. You know, I think Lynch had him there for a second. But when you got speed like that, you can recover from a slip-up. And he just was able to slide and get a no-contact slide there. Just incredible defensive play there.
You talk about that quick first step, and he just, it looked like Lynch was going to turn the corner there, and then Castle just, put the Jets on, and there he was. As Pennridge clears this one out, as the Rams had it deep down there. And Jones replies with a booming kick of his own, sending it down. Pennridge answers with a header. Lynch controls it. Excuse me, that's Bodenschatz who controlled it.
Yeah, Zisk actually had he put on a pretty nice move in the attacking zone there, and it was a good defensive play to make sure Zisk didn't get a shot off.
Pennridge off a little give and go. Pass is knocked away. Pennridge controls. Looking to get that ball across midfield. They're passing around. Springford's doing a good job flying around. Pennridge goes long. Headed back onto the Pennridge side. So Pennridge here struggling to find a rhythm offensively. As they try to gather once more. Ball goes to midfield. Springford defense once again there. It's Goldberg. Now Goldberg's going to take this one into the attacking third. And Pennridge will clear it out.
That pass was a little bit outside to the right. A little further right than Goldberg wanted. But yeah, that's a type pass you want to capitalize on.
Hyduke's pass almost knocked out by Castle.
Man, it should make Springford so nervous every time Goldberg is sneaking behind. You hear Ram Faithful here, start screaming every time he's running up behind somebody.
As Pennridge now with a good attacking chance, they bring it deep into the Rams' territory. The pass, Hyduke comes out, diving on the ground, preventing Pennridge from getting a shot off or even trying to center it there.
That was really well played by Hyduke because, if Hyduke stayed in the goal, the attacker would have been able to regain possession and, put up a nice goal, him versus the goalie. By Hyduke coming out of the goal, the attacker coming in at full speed lost control. Hyduke slid in front of the ball and maintains Springford possession. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about goalie instincts. And, you just got to know where to be at the right time, because if not, it could be catastrophic. And, goalies don't get enough credit for how important they are to this game.
Bodenschatz now trying to work around the Pennridge double team. Dribbling around. Good job by Scary for Castle. Play is called off.
As the goalie had to have a little talk with the Springford defender there.
It'll be a free kick for Pennridge. It'll be number 29, Shane Velez sending that one in. Ball gets headed out. Pennridge keeping it down there in the goal area.
Ooh.
Looking to split through. Shot smothered by Hyduke. A good job coming out and just securing that ball.
That could have been a dangerous shot there, but a Springford, I couldn't make out to be who it was, but a Springford defender got his foot on the ball as he kicked it. That made it a lot easier save for Hyduke. So good, strong defensive play there in the attacking zone.
Pennridge now with it, bringing the ball into the middle. Gets poked away. Goldberg there for Springford, looking to take this ball across midfield. He advances, finds Ryan Miller. Miller outside to Bodenschatz. Bodenschatz gets boxed off by Scary. Now Scary going for Castle. Castle working on Asomani, looking to turn the corner. And ball will go out of bounds. Good defense there by Echo.
Yeah, when we talked to Kissel, he said Aso Manning coming back was massive to the resurgence in their season, and that's why, he brings this hustle, he brings this defensive mind that no other player on this field has. He single-handedly saves goals on a consistent level. So, another great play there by Echo.
Ball goes in the middle. Intended for Nicky Williams, not there.
Man, you know what, Anthony? This is a 0-0 game. This is a game that you just get sucked in. This is a well-played, well-coached soccer game on both sides. Both having good opportunities and just barely getting saved.
As we are now under the 10-minute mark, 9:55 to go here in the first period. Game remains scoreless. Pennridge has an attacking chance here. They send the ball down towards the goal.
I've seen games that ended at a 5-5 tie that was not necessarily as entertaining as this one, and you just have to appreciate good soccer play, and this is a strong defensive game, and both sides are not letting up.
Logan Hyduke now sends this ball back into play, so we look to see more of that great soccer that is on display here tonight at McNelly. Russell sticking with it, looking for Merchant. Merchant gets taken down.
And it looks like Did Merchant get his hand on the ball there?
It looks like handball was the call. Merchant falling to the ground, trying to, that was the tricky thing is he was falling because, where he was falling and trying to brace that fall was right where the ball
Yeah,
was.
it's either, he face plants or, and it's also instinct, when you're falling to the ground. You want to put your hand down so you don't, hit your face or your head on the ground. So not necessarily his fault there.
Ball goes into Castle. Goldberg comes up with it. Goes over to Russell. Russell now to Lynch. Lynch gets it poked away by Erazo.
Oof.
Good job by Monahan there for Pennridge.
I was a little shocked there not to hear a whistle, but like I said, this is a super duper aggressive game here with high stakes. So refs are gonna let some things slide.
As the shot there was a little high and a little wide.
And like I said, you see the ball boy all on the top of your screen there, run all the way back there to get the ball. Like I said, they're the true MVPs of this game.
As Hajduk sends it in. Bodenschatz heads it up. Goldberg unsure how to play it, plays it off his foot. Pennridge has it. Castle goes back to Erazo. Pennridge now centering the ball. Looking to advance it, they go looking for Castle. Pass will land out of bounds.
Hate to say it again, but what a great catch by the ball boy there. Make sure it doesn't hit any fans.
Merchant now has it. Able to get the ball past Jeff Stritzel. But Pennridge sending it back down. Zix takes it off the air. Over to Goldberg. Carlos Erazo now. Looking around, sends it back out. Ball goes to Castle. Castle to Stritzel. Stritzel. Moving it. This Pennridge offense gets stalled a little bit. Stritzel has it. A good job by Jones coming out, Zis coming out there. Trying to save it, stepped out of bounds. But a good job jumping the passing lane there. Now Aiden Castle passes it off to number 25, Gabe Kurzman.
We talked earlier about, how Springford likes to attack, the sides. They like to, have Merchant or any of the other speedsters on the side, run up the side and kick it over the middle. We've seen actually a different approach here from the Pennridge offense, and they like to attack up the middle. We've seen that a few times already where either they were trying to get it to Castle up the middle and try to get him out on an outbreak and score, or they tried to develop something up the middle and try to hit Hajduk head on. Nothing working yet, but they've had some great opportunities.
Zis goes back to Asa Manning. Asa Manning sending it down, looking for Merchant. Ball goes long. Gets bounced around. Lynch takes one off the face. It'll go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Springford Rams. I'm so used to saying Rams here, but I have to be a little bit more clear in a game like this. Now Goldberg with it. Going into the middle for Justin Russell. Justin Russell trying to work his way through the Pennridge defense. Unable to penetrate. And Pennridge sending it long. Also Manning there. Plays it. Trying to turn the corner, but he clears it out. Did he get it off the Pennridge foot?
Oh my goodness.
He did. What a heads up play there. That's like one of those in basketball where you jump out going out of bounds and you just turn and throw it off the defender. Kind of what Asa Manning did there.
For those watching at home, Echo had two options there. He could have taken the ball and just, run forward with the ball and just let it easily go outside, or he could have turned his body while running full speed and tried to maintain possession for his team. And that extra effort, worked in Springford's favor.
As we're now under 5 minutes here at McNelly. 4:50 to go here. Score remains tied. As Erazo takes that one away from Russell. Now he's looking for Castle. Zisk there in the passing lane. Ball gets bounced around. Lynch tracking. Now Goldberg has it. Over to Denena. Denena goes to Jones. Jones brings it out, sends it across midfield. Right into a white jersey. Russell trying to gain some traction out there on the corner, on the outside, unable to.
I'll tell you what, this entire half, and we still got 4 minutes to go, you felt a heightened sense of urgency. You felt, 110% from each player on this field. And this this is going to be a tight game. I already know it. This is going to be a game that's going to really go down to the wire if we don't go to overtime.
Springford trying to advance. Athletes collide there.
That's what I'm talking about right there. That sense of urgency, that hustle, that putting your body on the line. These players each know what this game means, and a lot of these players, especially on Springford, but on Pennridge as well, these are seniors. If they lose, this can be their possibly the last soccer game they play for their high school. So, the stakes cannot get higher.
Beautiful free kick sent in. Hajduk knocks it out. Wonderful save. Pennridge keeping it down there. Hajduk once again comes up with it. Fantastic display there by Hajduk.
Yeah, Hajduk's having he's balling today. He's, on the ball whenever it gets to him. He knows when to jump on it. And clearly, he has the trust of his players, to go out and, get his hands on the ball.
Zisk heads it. It'll bounce on out of bounds. It'll be Jeff Stritzel for the throw-in. Stritzel comes up looking around, now throws it in. Ball gets bounced around. So Manning plays it, passes it off to Jones. Jones going into midfield. Pennridge there to take the pass. Now advancing. And dribbling around. Castle goes into the middle trying to set up a little bit of a play there. Springford not allowing them. Merchant goes to Bodenschatz. That pass slips by. Now Pennridge taking this ball back over midfield. Also Manning there. Passing around, neither team able to gain total control of the balls. Looks like Springford looks to settle in here. As Russell gets that one knocked out of bounds. About 2 minutes to go here in the first period.
I'll tell you what, a score here for either side would be monumental going into half. Considering how good they're playing defense, it might not happen, but if it does, it could be a game changer.
Ball goes in the middle to Irazo. Irazo trying to get the ball through 3 Rams. It's taken away. Bodenschatz beats Stritzel to it. Now Bodenschatz trying to get into the middle. Good job by Pennridge taking away those passing lanes.
Oof. Man, that was an opportunity for Springford. It could have been set up to be a strong opportunity as they actually had the advantage of players there. But man, the ball just gets kicked out of rhythm there.
It looked like Bodenschatz didn't have his head turned there as Zisk and Castle get into it.
And the Ram faithful, they weren't too happy about that one, but like you said, Zisk and Castle, they kind of got into it there, exchanging some words. But like I said, this is a team. This is a game where we've seen a lot of aggressive plays, and you're gonna get that.
Shane Velez sends the free kick in. And it'll be an offside on Pennridge.
As we're approaching the final 30 seconds of this half. I'm not sure how much Springford is going to try to do with this. Rather play it safe.
You never know, sometimes you can catch the opponent sleeping thinking you're going to play it safe in the last 30 minutes as they go short there. Rams just kind of passing around looking for an angle to bring this ball up. So we have about 15 seconds here. Merchant lets Goldberg get around him over to Zisk. 10 seconds now here in the first period.
Get it to Merchant. Just let him run.
Merchant. They go to Merchant. It'll go out of bounds. Merchant, one last little throw and just kind of throws it downfield, and that'll do it for the first period. After a great display of defense from both the Rams here. Score is tied. We will see you for the second period. Welcome back to Coach McNally Stadium for the second period of the District 4A semifinals between the Pennridge Rams and the Springford Rams. Idan, what did you kind of see in that first period?
I saw two teams that want to win this game. I saw two teams that will do literally everything in their power, including take charges, dive in front of the ball and run sprint 50 yards just to save the ball from going out of bounds to win this game. I saw, just resiliency from both sides, great defensive play on both sides. Everything positive I can say about one team, I can say about the other team. So this is going to be a great matchup. And like I said, the stakes can't be higher, especially for some of these seniors who this might be their last game if they lose. So last soccer game of their high school career. So really can't get better than this.
So Springford will take it off the free kick, and the ball will go out of bounds.
Just a reminder for their fans at home, the goals switch. So now Springford is attacking on the left side, and Pennridge is attacking on the right. Excuse me.
Stanena takes it middle of the field, sending it down. Pass gets deflected. Goldberg there to retain possession of it. Now Springford going into the corner, looking to center. Good job by the Pennridge defense, stalling that opportunity. Springford will take the throw-in now. As you talk about the corner being such a dangerous place in soccer because once you get that ball in the middle, you have virtually endless possibilities.
Yeah. And whoever has a chance to put a corner kick on the spot, is going to have a chance to win this game. So both are going to be looking for those opportunities.
Bowden Chat's dribbling around now. Looking around, ball gets poked away from him. Now goes down, Pennridge clearing. As the pace coming out here is significantly slower than the first period. As the Rams take their time on this throw-in.
Well, the players, they run so much in a soccer game. They run upwards of, I believe, 3 miles in an average soccer game. So, coming out of halftime, you'd imagine they'd be a little gassed, right?
And maybe not. Get some time to rest up. It's not like they don't practice for this, intense pace and running the 3 miles. They have that stamina there. Just a matter of being able to hold that stamina throughout the game.
Yeah, maybe I'm just thinking about my standards. I know I'd be gassed.
Like maybe they're a little bit, Pennridge kind of packed it in on defense, went with a little bit of a 4-3-1 formation, but his teams have had some success doing that. We saw Perk win a game against Springford doing that. We've seen Boyertown and PV respectively as well win games against Springford in that 4-3-1, packing it in defensively. As athletes go down, it'll be Pennridge ball. They will get a free kick there.
The difference is with those games that you just mentioned is that Springford got down early, which was a massive issue, which was honestly the main issue of why they lost games in the first place was because they would get down early and they would be able to play the opponent would be able to play conservative defense. Now in a game where it's 0-0 and both defenses are not really giving up anything, you're going to have to be as aggressive on offense as you are on defense.
As that ball gets down there for Castle. Castle doesn't have a chance to get that ball towards the goal. Clears it. And the shot on goal there, first of the second period, goes wide and high.
Goes into the uprights there.
I think it went left of the uprights as well.
Did it go left?
Yeah, I think it went left as well.
Well, it might have been 3 points.
And nonetheless, Logan Hyduke to send it back into play. Beautiful kick there. Looking for Lynch. Ball stays on the Springford side, not for long. As Pennridge now dribbling around, looking for something midfield. They send it down. Jones with the header.
I think we gotta admit here that this football soccer hybrid stadium is awesome. One of the best I've seen.
Lynch takes it up, looking for a penalty. Didn't get anything. Springford still on the attack, looking to penetrate into the attacking third. Bowden Chat's working, trying. Sends it out to Patel. Patel now trying.
Oof.
Cross is deflected. And a good job by Pennridge there, clearing that one out.
Wow, the fans just roared that there was no call there. And you saw Patel put up his hands looking for a whistle. And just that could have been a potential goal if things went the other way. That was a nice pass by Patel. If if the Pennridge defender wasn't standing where he was, that would have been a ball that would have reached his target, and that probably would have been a goal unless the goalkeeper would have been able to do something miraculous. So you want to look for Springford just keeps on looking for those plays.
So off the free kick, ball slips past everyone and will go out of bounds. It'll be a corner for the Rams. Their first of the second period. They were 0 for 2 in the first period on corners as Merchant comes down to take this kick.
Yeah, Merchant wants to make sure he doesn't overshoot this one. These opportunities are rare, and he was off the mark a little bit in the first 2 tries. Let's see if he can hit it this time.
He sends it in to Pennridge. Pennridge knocking it out back towards Merchant. Merchant fighting for it. And they got Merchant once again with the handball. Trying to keep his arms out of there, just couldn't do it.
Yeah, that was an interesting position there for Merchant, as the ball coming down, from 20 feet in the air, and it came down in between the 2 players, and just so happened to hit Merchant's arm.
Now Pennridge will send this ball back into play.
That was an interesting approach there on the corner kick. You typically in corner kicks, and the ones that work a lot, they get it in over the middle. And that one, it seemed as if the Springfield Ram players actually went out to the right side, and they were going to try to get some leverage in there. So interesting approach.
As Ben Scary goes down, he gets back up and will walk this one off. Pennridge will get a free kick out of this one.
I've said this a lot. Soccer players are some of the toughest in the business. I mean, again, they don't get enough credit. We always hear how physically demanding football is, and they get hit, and basketball, how aggressive it can get. But soccer, I mean, we have to think about it. The sliding can be very dangerous, and I don't understand how they don't, get hurt whenever they head the ball.
Springford now. Patel's pass bouncing off the head of Ryan Seville there.
Man, Patel can't catch a break. It seems every time he has a wide open defender, but it seems the defense just keeps on intercepting his balls, and man.
Just now, such a good attacking chance. Springford had the advantage there. They had men downfield and just right off his head, like he just kicked it right at him. It's a case of being in the right place at the right time for the Pennridge defender.
Yeah, I don't even think the Pennridge defender was expecting that ball to go that high, as it hit him right in the face. Like I said before, some of these soccer players, what they have to endure in terms of headers and what comes at their head, it's actually astonishing, and they just walk it off like nothing happened. And then that was a perfect example right there.
As the ball goes out to Denena at the point, Denena sends it down towards that right corner. Ball slides past Merchant. Merchant trying to fight for that corner. Cannot come up with it.
Yeah, good awareness there by the Pennridge defender there. He knew Merchant was coming up. He didn't want, to let Springford get any extra corner kicks, so he kind of boxed Merchant out, let the ball roll out of bounds. So smart play there.
Pennridge sends it back in. They get it past Lynch. Now sending it down the field towards that left corner. Springford sends it a mile high and back out towards midfield. Goldberg fighting for it, doesn't come up with it. Connor Gable now goes into the middle. Denena there in the passing lane. Pennridge keeps it down in the middle. Good job by Trevor Jones knocking that one away from the goal. And Pennridge keeps that ball. And it'll be another handball. Third handball of this game, first one against Pennridge. It'll set the Rams up nicely here with 30 minutes, 50 seconds to go here in the second period. Trevor Jones comes up, sends the kick in.
Earlier in this game, talked about time of possession and how Springford dominates and how that didn't happen in the first half. How it was more balanced.
Pennridge now with an attacking chance.
But Springford seems to have owned time of possession here in the second half.
Looking for Castle, and a fantastic grab by Hyduke there, not allowing any header ideas from Aiden Castle.
Yeah, exactly what we saw in the first half there. You know, they're trying to get the ball to Castle, but Castle is surrounded by, 2 defenders there and the goalie. So the chances of Castle getting, getting a good chance there are much lower, and I'm sure Kissel is emphasizing get more men on Castle because he's the type of player who can change this game.
And the ball goes down once again towards Castle. Jones does a good job kicking that ball out from an awkward angle, stalling the Pennridge attack. They will get a throw-in, however. Run up, throw-in. Pennridge going back out, trying to find an angle to get into the Springford defense. Ball gets kicked up high. Pennridge here doing a good job keeping possession of the ball, keeping that pressure on that Springford defense as they once again bring it towards that attacking third. Once again poked out, though, by the Rams defense. Number 20, Ryan Seville, comes up for it, makes the play. Ball goes out of bounds, and finally Springford able to gain offensive control here. As someone's shoe came untied there. A brief stoppage in play.
Yeah, Pennridge just had time of possession there for a while, and but they didn't really get too many great opportunities. And when you have time of possession, you want to at least see 1 or 2 opportunities, and they just couldn't come up with one.
Off the throw-in from Shaw. Pennridge gets it.
Oh my God!
Good header from Jones there.
Great hustle.
Pennridge now attacking. That ball's going to go long out of bounds.
Jones put his body on the line there. He went up high to get that header, and that type of hustle is what wins games. As he's a little slow to get up.
It's like he knocked the wind out of himself there as he went down, kind of landed at an awkward angle. Looks like he's going to stay in the game now.
Like I said, though, I mean, it's hustle plays like that that's going to win you games. Yeah, that didn't go his way, but if that was a different situation, that could have been make or break of the game. And here he is, walking it off. But I mean, he went up, and he wasn't going to go down without getting his head on that ball.
So now Shloke Shaw taking the throw in from midfield, looking for Goldberg. Goldberg bounces it off Patel, and Pennridge once again there to clear it all the way. Also Manning sends it back to the Pennridge side. Now up the middle. Pennridge attacking now, looking for that left corner. There goes Castle, showing his speed, trying to get around the Springford defense, unable to.
And this is going to be the first good opportunity they have here for Pennridge. They're going to get a corner kick. We're going to see what type of approach they do here. We've seen that they like to attack over the middle. Let's see if they continue with that.
It's off the corner. Pennridge goes to that middle. Header just a little high over the top of the goal, but a good look there nonetheless.
Yeah, like you said, that was what we expected. Over the middle. Unlike Springford, where they were trying to go in from the right side. They went up the middle. They got a good opportunity. It was a little high, but up the middle has been key for them.
Logan Hajduk once again putting this ball back into play. Gets by Bodenschatz and Lynch. Lynch able to recover. Goes for Denena. Jones comes up. Sends it down into the Pennridge defense. And Scary.
As the Springford offense is starting to move up, you're going to see them as Springford is trying to maintain time possession here. Or maintain possession here, excuse me.
Scary sends it off, and Pennridge sends it down. Manning lets this one roll past for Hajduk. Hajduk cleanly fields it. Let Springford get set now. Punts this one in. Justin Russell trying to play it. Gets by him. And Springford keeping that ball. Now finally on the Pennridge side. Pennridge Goes to their goalie, Dimmick. He miskicks it. Can the Pennridge defense hold on here? They're able to clear it out off the miskick by C.J. Dimmick. He just kind of came up, and that ball just hit off the side of his shoe.
Yeah, lucky, very lucky that didn't, hit in a different angle or possibly even worse. He just completely whiffed. Very fortunate there, but Springford, that maybe they're going to be able to put something together after that.
Ball gets bounced around. It'll be Pennridge ball.
Well done by Pennridge. Okay, your goalie whiffed. Could have been really bad. As Springford, their entire offense moves up forward, and within 15 seconds, Pennridge regains possession. So you're looking at, like I said, you're looking at a clinic here from both sides defensively.
Carlos Erazo does a good job hustling over there, saving that ball for Pennridge, keeping that ball down on the Springford Rams side.
The entire Pennridge bench there pointed to their side, saying, hey, look, that's our ball. We want to score. And ended up being Pennridge's ball.
So we are approaching 24-20 here in the second period. Game still scoreless as Erazo passes it off to Castle. Aiden Castle now looking for that corner. And Asa Manning does a good job coming up and sending a booming kick out. Keeping the ball away from Castle. It's Pennridge now. Trying to split two Springford defenders. It gets tripped up. It'll be a penalty on Springford. Free kick for Pennridge.
This is going to be a good opportunity for Pennridge. They're going to get everybody down there. You got to watch out for Castle. He can sneak up on you at any second, so we'll see if they can capitalize here.
Seville comes up, sends the free kick down. Ball gets headed around, and it will roll towards that corner, go out of bounds. And it will stay with.
It seems like the refs there were in a little bit of a disagreement, but it looks to stay Pennridge's ball. One ref said it was Rams. Oh, wait, excuse me. One ref said it was Pennridge's. One ref said it was Springford.
Either way, ball stays with the Rams. As Bowden Schatz takes this ball up, trying to advance it past midfield, gets it knocked away.
It's just an instinct to say the mascot, but in an interesting situation like this where they're both the Rams, can't really say that.
Bowden Schatz sends it off to Goldberg. Goldberg gets taken away now. Ben Scary for Pennridge with it. Now Bowden Schatz in the middle. Dribbling around, looking. Goes on that right side.
Springford needs to capitalize on this.
Taking it down into that corner now, trying to center, not there. And it'll be a corner for Springford here. It'll be there.
Now when I said Springford needs to capitalize, my intentions were, first of all, they weren't going to score there. It was about 5-3 Pennridge. But when I meant capitalize, I meant they need to maintain the possession of the ball and get opportunity, which is what they are having now.
That header will clear the ball out. Denena there, sending it down, trying to keep that pressure on the Pennridge defense. But Pennridge once again keeping their poise and sending the ball back out.
Springford needs to just, they need to regain a little bit of momentum. They just have to hold on to the ball here, get a couple good shots in.
Springford keeping that attack down as they push that ball into the right corner. It'll get bounced around, and that will be the end of the Springford attack there as Pennridge gains control of it with 21:45 here in the second period.
See, this is a little bit concerning for me, for Springford. You're seeing Pennridge now own time of possession this half. They're getting good shots, and while it is still 0-0, Pennridge has played better in the second half. And the more shots and the more opportunities you have, one is eventually going to go in. And if Springford can only get a decent opportunity in every 5-10 minutes, they're going to have a much lower chance of winning this ball game. So Springford just has to regain momentum and regain time of possession here.
So Pennridge now working around in the center. Ball gets poked away from Scary. Lynch gets it past Erazo. Springford trying to keep that ball in bounds. And they will maintain possession here.
Both of these defenses the entire game has played bend but don't break defense. Both teams have had good opportunities I would even say great opportunities to score, but that last, you know, that last bit of defensive play that they have in them in the possession gets them out of the situation. So
The free kick comes in. Short free kick. Knocked back out. Goes out by the Springford bench. And it'll be Brian Ziss taking this throw in for the Rams. He sends it in. Goes to that short corner. Rams taking it in, centering it here. Pennridge defense there in the passing lanes. Springford trying to keep that ball down on the Pennridge side. Pennridge doing a good job clearing it out. Now ball crosses into the Springford side.
that was a very well done by the Pennridge defender there. You know, he boxed out the Springford player before he was able to get his foot on the ball, and he maintained possession there. And now Pennridge has the ball.
Castle passes it out as Pennridge gathers, looking for a chance here. Looking for Castle in the middle. Good deflection there by Connor Lynch. As now Lynch comes up with it. Finds Bodenschatz in the middle. Bodenschatz taking ball to the left side. Goes to Merchant. Merchant gets that ball poked away from him. Schlokeshaw does a nice job coming up there. Keeping the ball with the Rams. Now Goldberg.
You know,
Gets that ball away from Seville. And now Denena is going to take it, go middle for Bodenschatz. Bodenschatz now taking it up the middle. Looking for Merchant. Pass is deflected. And it'll be offsides on the Rams.
talking to the Pennridge coach, you know, we asked him about Springford, and every time we asked him about Springford, he said one name. He said Merchant, 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 Merchant. He just kept on saying it, and he knew how much of a threat he is. But so far this game, you know, Merchant he's been silenced. Something that's very difficult task to do, and you just saw there, Merchant really had the first best opportunity of the game. But they've just been doubling him, and that's to the benefit of Springford. You know, when you have a player that is such a threat that they have to focus so much in on him, it can open opportunities somewhere else on the field. So, you know, we'll keep an eye out for Merchant if they ease up on him as he's approaching the ball here.
Merchant trying to keep it in bounds. Is not able to as that pass intended for him goes long. It'll be Pennridge ball here with 18 minutes to go in the second period. Pennridge making some substitutions. And off the throw-in. Slips by. Schlokeshaw does a good job there. Heading the ball up. And Springford now looking to get into the attacking third. Good lead pass from Lynch.
There's
looking
Merchant.
for Merchant. Merchant's shot goes high over the goal, but a great look there for the Rams.
Man, I told you, that Merchant is a threat 24/7, and the second they start to ease up on him, the second they only put one defender on him, Springford is going to get the ball to Merchant, Anthony, and they did. And Merchant put a sweet move, but just that ball was a little high. It was a little bit of an awkward angle, too, for him. But, I mean, that's the best opportunity, in my opinion, they've seen all night, and it was through Merchant. So they're gonna go back to him again. I guarantee it.
There's a collision there. Call goes against the Rams. Pennridge will have a nice chance here with a free kick coming up. As Denena hit the deck. Pennridge now here with 16:45 with a nice chance. Looking to answer off the missed shot by Andrew Merchant. Free kick comes in. And out of bounds it goes. Looks like the ball was knocked off someone's foot at an awkward angle and just kind of, once it hit the ground, just rolled right out. And Heiduke will take this now.
And you know, that's not a stat anybody's gonna count, but you know, big credit for that ball kind of getting past everybody was Echo Manning there. You know, his presence in that group is just so he's just such a massive player. You know, he's lengthy, he's tall, and he's gonna be able to get his head on the ball. And the offensive players know that, so they have to back away from him and try to work around him, but they can't. And that's why the ball kind of got out of hand there.
Trevor Jones taking it. Goes back to Aso Manning. Aso Manning now goes for Goldberg. And a good job by Pennridge coming up there, knocking away balls in the corner, still in play. And Jones let that one roll out of bounds. Good job knowing who last touched it, as if Pennridge touched, they would have had a corner kick, but a smart play by Jones there, letting that ball roll out of bounds and allowing Hajduk here to get a good kick in and help this Rams offense get set up. As the ball comes in, Bodenschatz heads it up. Lynch heads it over to Goldberg. Now Bodenschatz back in play, goes for Merchant in the corner. Ball gets knocked away. Bodenschatz goes on the throw-in with tempo.
Merchant lost control there, but notice how they went right back to him when they're noticing he's not double covered. Again, unfortunately, Merchant lost control there, but if he didn't, that could have been lethal. So, like I said, they're going to go back to him, and they're going to go back to him until they double him again.
So on the throw-in, Scary heads it away. Good job by Link coming up there. Trying to get something started there for the Pennridge offense. They can't. Connor Lynch now trying to work around that double team. Ball goes out of bounds. Sloke Shaw comes up, takes the throw in. Bodenschatz heads it to the corner, a little bit of deception there. Snake eyes it, Merchant has it, splitting the Pennridge defenders.
Ooh.
And great job by Pennridge clearing that one out as Merchant put on a little bit of a nutmeg move there.
Yeah, that's what he does. He's so shifty. You know, he's fast and he has, really good size. So if you're a defender, I mean, you're really not knowing what to expect when he's in front of you. He can either run around you, he can pull off a move of what he just did, or he could just go in for the shot because he has a super powerful leg too. Like I said, they're going to keep on going to him. Just keep on watching that. The bottom of your screen, every single time Springford has possession, they're going to go to Merchant because he's giving them the best opportunity as of now.
Off the Dimmick punt, Castle nearly comes away with it.
Castle has been silenced here in the second half, as he.
Excuse me, that's Carlos Irazo, as Link sends that one down, and a good deflection there by Trevor Jones, preventing that shot. But Castle there, keeping the pressure on, as he's trying to turn that corner, slides. It's that little pass off. But Pennridge here still on the attack very much, as they have that ball in that attacking third. Now Kevin Link dribbling around, looking to make his move. He passes into the middle.
Wasn't that wonderful timing by me? I said, Castle has not been.
As Pennridge still has this ball down here. Shot chance. Off the crossbar. Oh, my. Prime opportunity there for Pennridge. Missed as Hajduk didn't know where the ball was. All of a sudden, it was in the middle. And that shot just goes off the crossbar. Missed opportunity there for the Pennridge Rams.
And my goodness, the fans here are really losing their minds as you have a couple people get on their feet here. That was a literal double doink. I mean, it hit off the top crossbar and then hit off the bottom crossbar of the field goal net. And man, Hajduk's fortunate because he lost control of where the ball was, and that ball was literally inches too high, and that could have been the first goal of the game. That would have given Pennridge a massive advantage in this game. But wasn't that perfect timing by me? I said, oh yeah, Castle has kind of become a non-factor, as literally as I said that, he nearly scores. So I guess I gave him some powers there.
Springford sends this ball in. Kevin Link will clear it out. And Denena sending the ball back down, looking for Merchant, trying to keep that pressure. Connor Lynch now finds Goldberg. Goldberg dribbling around, goes to Nick Denena. Denena in the middle for Lynch. And the Rams not able to find much here as they pass it around looking for an angle. Denena tightly guard it. Now Jones has it.
Every fan here right now is literally on the edge of their seats. I mean, both of these teams are really, really pushing everything they got. Everything that they've built for this season, they're pushing.
Now Castle, weaving through the Springford defense, finds Kevin Link on the outside. Kevin Link nearly gets past Sloke Shaw. Now off his cross. Ball still in play. And now goes out of bounds.
It's going to be a corner.
It'll be a corner kick for Pennridge. It'll be their second in this second period here. 10:45 to go.
Interesting decision there by Castle. In my opinion, it would have been a better decision if he actually just weaved his way through, because he's much faster than anybody here on the field, but he chose to pass it.
That corner ball's bouncing around, still around that goal line. Once again, Springford coming up with the seemingly impossible save.
Oh my
as they
goodness.
are finally able to clear it out.
This is absurd. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you call bend but don't break defense. I mean, you are talking about inches within getting a goal here, and Springford is refusing to let that ball even cross an inch over the line there. Doesn't matter who's stopping it. If it's High Duke or any of the Springford defensive players there, nothing is getting in.
Carlos Urazo takes out Trevor Jones there on that slide.
Bamford, can tensions be higher right now? I mean, we just passed the 10-minute mark in possibly the most important game, not possibly, the most important game up to this point for both of these teams. Tie ball game. You know, both of the fans are really, really getting into this game. Tensions cannot be higher.
And Pennridge now has a chance here. Off the free kick. Ball goes up, headed over the goal once again. We go out of bounds, and Pennridge is just knocking on that door. They just can't get through. This is another fantastic look, but to take advantage of the penalty that went against Springford.
Pennridge just had like 3 to 4 shots that were, like I said, inches from getting into the goal. And Springford is absolutely denying anything that comes within a foot of the goal.
So once again, they find a way to disrupt the pass there. Now Urazo goes out to Link. Link working on Shaw, trying to turn the corner, and a good slide. Able to knock that ball out.
Talk about a perfect slide there. I mean, he got all ball, no contact. He was able to get in front of his opponent there. And Springford's going to get possession.
A little bit of a mental mistake there on the throw-in. But for Springford, you have the ball, but you're certainly not out of the water here, as you got to get that ball past Pennridge first and get it across midfield with 8 minutes to go here in the second period. As Ryan Miller now has it. Looking around, errant pass. Shot gets deflected off one of the Springford Rams, and once again cleared out. Going quickly there for that throw-in. And we have 2 soccer balls on the field. That is not allowed in this game.
Yeah, 2 soccer balls. You know, both the teams are named the Rams. Man, what's going on tonight?
Seeing double of everything. That's what's going on. As here, under 7:30 now, Pennridge to take a throw-in, as they've had an extended attacking period here. And Merchant does a good job clearing that ball out, but doesn't get all the way cleared. It's Pennridge still keeping that pressure on, trying to find that crease in the Rams' defense. And a great block by Shaw. He's just been all over the place in these last few drives, as Pennridge has been trying to work that ball down the right side of the field. He's just there to keep knocking that ball away.
I said it once and I'll say it 10 more times. Bend but don't break. Bend but don't break. Bend but don't break. That has been the Springford mentality, as they are just they are giving everything they got here in the last 5 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes, excuse me. I mean, everything. They're throwing every single hook shot they can at full power, but Springford is they're not going to let anything go through.
The ball comes in, played off the air. Pennridge now has it. So they bring it up. Scary trying to get it. Lynch able to fend off Scary. And errant pass once again taken away by Pennridge. Denena goes back to Jones. Jones for Hyduke. Hyduke's got to get this one away quickly. He does. And that ball is going to get past its intended target and go out of bounds. Pennridge continuing to keep this ball down on the Springford side, challenging this very talented defense.
It's important for Springford here to get time possession, and not only time possession for 15 seconds, They need to, they need to get some good, decent shots in, just like Pennridge, because Pennridge, they've had at least 5 or 6 in the last 5 minutes. Good shot opportunities. Springford has had none. And while the score is still 0-0, that goes a lot into your momentum. That goes a lot into your mentality of this game moving forward. Springford has to have a push here.
And you also talk about how Pennridge has had it. Springford understands that when they get that ball on the offensive side, if their time is limited, they have to get quality looks. And with a team as experienced as Springford, they know how to create those quality looks as they send the ball in towards that right corner.
Ooh.
And good job by C.J. Dimmick coming up, securing the ball, not allowing Ryan Miller any shot opportunities. And Dimmick will send this ball onto the Springford side. Contact, and ball will go to Springford with 4:45 here in the second period. Springford gets set for this free kick.
They have to make something of this.
Comes up, goes short. And Nicky Williams there, able to find himself right in that passing lane. But Springford still has the ball. It's Merchant now, as it goes back out to Bodenschatz. Bodenschatz dribbling around now, finds Merchant. Merchant trying to dribble it. Erazo there, knocks it away from Merchant. Merchant now finds it once again, bringing the ball up. Now Springford into that attacking third. Ryan Miller dribbling around. His shot.
Oh my goodness.
Right into the hands of Dimmick. Dimmick quickly rolls it. Now Ben Scarry is going to advance this one for Pennridge.
What a great pass there by Merchant. I mean, he put it in between the defender's legs. Unfortunately, he couldn't get a better shot off there that had some air under it. But if Springford wants an opportunity, it's going to have to go through Merchant.
As Springford has it once again. As it's a 3-on-4, Lynch brings it up. He's got a lot of field to work with. Puts the move on.
Oh.
And a good stop there by Colin Monahan. Able to just kind of muscle that ball away from Lynch.
And Springford fans, they're really getting rowdy over here. The Ram faithful.
Springford has that ball midfield. Passing it around, looking for an angle to get this attack set up. Merchant. Little chip shot, goes a little high, intended for Lynch. And that penalty will go against Lynch as trips someone up on his way
now,
to defend.
If you're Springford here, you have to do exactly what Pennridge was doing. You have to make sure that you get the ball back as quickly as you can. Whenever that ball gets in the air, you got to make sure Springford gets their foot on the ball, gets their head on the ball, like that.
It was a good job by Hajduk coming out. Play was called off anyway as Pennridge went off sides. And while we have a quick stoppage in the play, we'd like to take a chance to thank our crew for this game. On graphics, we have Riley Slawecki. On camera, we have Ryan Burke. On camera, we have Kyle Campo. And directing today is Mr. Bartolota. We'd also like to thank Mrs. Merja and Andrew Rothermel. Without any of these people, this production would not be possible.
It sure wouldn't. And all those people are amazing and fantastic.
And Springford now will have a free kick opportunity. With under 2 minutes now, 1:55 to go in the second period. This game still has the old goose eggs on the scoreboard, 0-0.
And
as the ball comes in, headed up by Pennridge. Another header. Asa Manning fighting for it, not there. Erazo sends it up. Denena there to play it. Sends that header over to Schloke. Now Schlokeshaw bringing it up. Gets it poked away. Fortunately, no Pennridge athletes down the field to turn that beautiful pass into an attack. And Springford able to keep this ball down. Now Asa Manning taking it up the middle. Looking to pass to the outside. And once again, Pennridge there to clear.
As we are approaching the last minute here, every single goal, every single save, every single practice that both these teams had all season have come down to this. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. If we don't get an overtime, and if one of these teams score here with the last minute, everything has come down to this moment.
50 seconds remain here. in the remainder of regulation here at McNelly. Given the way these defenses are playing, it's likely we will see overtime. Don't want to jinx anything, though.
Hey, 40 seconds. That's plenty of time to develop a shot here for Springford. Or even Pennridge if they can break out. So don't want to say anything yet.
And the free kick comes down. Ball still down there in the goal. And Dimmick smothers it. And now Pennridge is going to have to move quickly. They got 20 seconds to get this ball downfield. And the Springford defense does a good job getting back.
Perfect pass there before by Merchant. It's a shame that they couldn't get a better shot in there, but...
And the last 10 seconds of regulation here. They're not out of the woods yet. Pennridge keeping that ball down. Link finds Erazo. Pennridge, this is going to be it, and that's going to end regulation. We're going to have some overtime here as we end regulation 0-0, and Pennridge just ran out of time trying to set something up there.
They didn't know. What I'm assuming is they didn't know that the time was running out because they had at least 2 open opportunities to take before the end of regulation there that might have not forced an overtime.
And we will be back for the start of overtime. And welcome back to Coach McNelly Stadium. We've got a beautiful evening and a beautiful game shaping up here. We've got bonus soccer coming for you. We've got overtime here. Pennridge Rams taking on the Springford Rams in the District 4A semifinals. Neither team able to score through the first 2 periods. So we get a third bonus period and potentially a second one, as the overtime rules are 2 15-minute periods. The first one plays all the way through, and the second one is sudden death. And then after that, if the score is still tied, we will go to penalty kicks, and Springford will have this ball to start overtime. I'm Anthony Bamford, joined by Edan Castile. And Edan, what have you seen throughout the course of this game?
Well, I'll tell you what. During this game was just a clinic on both defensive sides here. But, like I said before, every moment, every practice, every goal, every save has come down to this overtime for these 2 teams. Whoever loses goes home, and you have the fans here on their feet. I'm on my feet. I can't sit during this quarter, and this is going to be a classic ending to whoever wins this one.
So 15 minutes on the clock, and the Rams start off pretty quickly looking for Merchant. That ball goes into the corner, and down out. It'll be Pennridge ball.
This is a new game. This is a fresh start for both sides. Zeros on the scoreboard, new time, sudden death. Whoever scores first wins and moves on. Tensions cannot be higher.
And Pennridge threatening to strike here. It's Castle unable to get to the corner and turn it. Pennridge now begins their attack here in this overtime period. Scary trying to split 2 defenders. Ball gets poked out by Merchant.
And for those viewers watching at home, the sides did flip here as they do after each period.
So Pennridge now taking the throw-in. It's number 26, Nikki Williams. Runs up, goes to the corner on the throw-in. Pennridge turns the corner. Castle misplays it a little bit. And that ball goes out of bounds. The ball bounced off that turf a little quicker than Castle expected, and ball just went a little bit over his feet, but he had a good chance there one-on-one with Hajduk.
And how many opportunities have we seen in the last half hour of soccer? I mean, how many of those opportunities did Pennridge have? Just right there. And if the ball just had one less bounce, or if things just went a little differently, Pennridge would be celebrating right now. But Springford has that bend but don't break mentality. They're bending so far right now that they are in the brink of breaking, but they're not. And Springford is resilient right now. Pennridge is going to keep on throwing punches. Springford has to make sure nothing gets through.
A throw-in slides past Brian Ziskin, one other Springford defender, as Savell has it. Now Pennridge looking to get set up. That pass slides away. It'll be Springford ball. Neither team able to gain much of a foothold early on here, as Castle does a good job defending Lynch. And that ball gets passed around now. Scary has it. Scary double team over to Stritzel. And now Castle into the middle, looking for Scary. Ball gets poked away, but Pennridge keeping the pressure on, keeping that ball on the Springford side. And now Scary at the point. Sends it over to the right side, into the middle. And that ball gets cleared, but Pennridge once again still trying to keep that pressure as Merchant cuts off Erazo. And now Springford turning defense into offense here as they have that ball into the corner, looking to center. A little bit of dribble around, trying to shake that defender. And double teamed. And great hustle there by Erazo preventing. Did he prevent the corner kick? He did not, but still a good effort nonetheless. And he did prevent the corner kick there. So a good job by Erazo coming in, sliding, and saving that corner kick chance there.
Yeah, that, you know, efforts like that, that's what saves you games here. And great effort.
Now Pennridge clears it out, but Denena there able to keep the pressure on as the Springford offense tries to find the crease in that Pennridge defense as that pass gets deflected. But once again, Springford able to keep it on the Pennridge side. Now Pennridge looking to advance. Springford athlete trips and falls, but doesn't hurt them there as the ball gets sent back. Now Pennridge taking the ball up the right side of the field. Now Castle showcasing that speed, beating Zisk to it. Zisk will knock Castle to the ground, then it'll be a penalty on Zisk.
And you get a roar from the Springford fans here. You know, they're really not happy about that one. You know, any call at this point can be game-changing, literally, for either side.
And Jake Savell now will take this free kick for Pennridge. Savell sends it in, gets it over that Springford defense. Ball gets headed around, still in the air. And Springford clears it.
Oh my
Bowden
goodness.
Schatz does a good job boxing off Spritzel. And it'll be a penalty on Jeff Stritzel.
Man, Springford refuses. They just refuse anything to get inside the goal. I mean, I truly believe that no other team would be able to prevent this many shot attempts and good shot attempts to go into the goal. And Springford has just done it time and time again, just staying in there.
And with 10 minutes here in the first overtime period, Trevor Jones takes his run up, sends the kick downfield into that attacking third. Springford has it. Good job by Stritzel knocking that ball away. And once again, Stritzel in the right place at the right time, knocking it out. But Springford's going to have this first corner kick here in this overtime period.
That's a great job forcing the corner kick. And I think that's what his intentions were there when he decided to cross it, because he didn't have that great of a look to cross. So great job forcing the corner here, as this could be important.
Neither team has converted on a corner kick in this game. Merchant sends it up, headed out by Pennridge. They've done a great job controlling the box there in those corner kicks. Now Pennridge trying to advance. Good job splitting two defenders there. And Pennridge now attacking up the right side. That ball's going to roll on out of bounds. Springford will have ball here. On the throw-in, it's Denena. Sends it over the midfield line. Ball goes back, now sent long by the Rams. And Dimmick comes up, fields it, and will allow the Pennridge offense to get set before sending this one in. 8:40 here in the overtime period as Dimmick punts this one in. And Lynch there, able to head it away, but now Pennridge coming up, bringing the ball over. And they are pushing deep into that Springford defense. Asomaning there with a nice clear. Not able to clear it out all the way. Pennridge still applying some pressure as they work deep. Shot! Hyduke saves it. What a job by Logan Hyduke there, but he's not out of the woods yet as Pennridge still has it. They're passing around. Stritzel sends it in, and Hyduke fields that one cleanly. What a stand there by the Rams.
An absolute clinic from Hyduke. He has been the absolute guardian protector for that goal, for Springford's goal there, as he has saved so many goals I can't even count. And, you know, great shots on goal from Pennridge, but Hyduke, he's just not going to let anything get past him, and nothing different here.
And CJ Dimmick responds with a nice save of his own as the tempo has really been upped here in that overtime period. CJ Dimmick now punts it in towards midfield, headed up by Pennridge down there. into the first ranks of that Springford defense. They do a nice job coming up with it. Now advancing the ball down into that left corner. Pennridge is going to go to Dimmick. Dimmick now with a nice kick there. Lynch heads it. Now Goldberg dribbling around trying to turn the corner. Poked away by Erazo. Now Carlos Erazo finds Aiden Castle, and Castle trying to weave his way in and out. Doesn't have anything. Dishes it back out. Now back in the middle to Castle. Castle passes. Intercepted and kicked nicely by Aso Manning.
Great clear by Echo.
And it'll be Pennridge ball here with 6:40 to go here in overtime. The clock will come to a brief halt. Teams get set.
Can only imagine what's going through these guys' heads here on the field. I'm sure the adrenaline rush is higher than ever.
And off the free kick, Pennridge goes short. Ben Scary driving, passes it off. Long shot, no good. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Springford ball.
Like you mentioned earlier before, yes, Pennridge is getting better shot opportunities and more shot opportunities. But because Springford is getting less shot opportunities, they have to capitalize on every single possession that they have, especially in crunch time like this. So let's see what Springford can do here.
Scary in the middle, sending it down, trying to apply some pressure to that defense. And now Pennridge has it midfield, gathering. Scary sends it long towards the right corner. Ball gets bounced around. Pennridge trying to work that Springford triple team. Pass gets through, and a good job by Bodenschatz coming down. He's not out of the woods yet as Castle is still there.
Man, Castle wants it. Castle's giving it everything he got.
Now Goldberg dribbling around, tightly guarded by Erazo. And a good job by Pennridge coming up. This could be the chance they've been looking for. They were even there. Springford defense does a nice job recovering quickly. Now Bodenschatz goes looking for Ryan Miller. Ryan Miller now in the corner, looking to center, dribbling around, trying to work around that Pennridge defender. Goes to Bodenschatz. Bodenschatz takes that ball to his left into the middle, gets it poked away. Trying to get it back, unable to.
Good job by Pennridge to avoid anything further from happening.
That ball is going to go out of bounds. Under 5 minutes, 4:55 here in the overtime period. As both teams making substitutions, keeping these legs fresh here in the overtime period is they're moving at about a speed that is much quicker than they were in regulation. Now Denena gathering, finds Colton Pollock. And Pollock's pass gets intercepted, knocked out of bounds. Brian Zisk now for the throw-in. Zisk throws it in for Pollock. Pollock goes to Denena. Denena in the middle for Goldberg. Now Goldberg gets that pass knocked away. And Springford does a nice job keeping that ball down on the Pennridge side. But now Pennridge here with some open field and a chance to bring this ball up. Pass to the corner. Castle decides it's a little too long for even someone as fast as him to get to. Lets that one roll out of bounds. It'll be Springford ball.
Springford has to make sure they just get the ball and clear it. This is not a situation you want to be in again if you're Springford. You don't want to give them any good shot opportunities.
Justin Russell checks into the game for the Rams, adding that extra speed.
Yeah, you can tell Springford is substituting their fastest guys into the field right now.
Off the throw-in, Scary trying to keep it with Pennridge. Springford there takes it away. Now Pennridge coming up, knocking away that pass. Springford finally gets it across midfield. Bodenschatz working on Ben Scary. Now Bodenschatz advancing.
It's a good pass.
Passes to Lynch.
That was a good pass.
Lynch has room in the middle to work with. Goes to Goldberg. Goldberg gets double team and gets it taken away from him. Now Springford trying to attack. Zisk tries to come up, make a play. Good slide tackles there by Monahan. Springford thought they had a throw and tried to go quickly with tempo. Ref said otherwise. It'll be Pennridge ball with 2:45 here in the overtime period.
That's the second time the ref actually blew a play dead there before Springford was able to get any momentum going, and Ram Faithful not too happy about that one.
Russell takes it away from Scary.
Strong play there by Russell.
Now Merchant on the left side, bringing the ball up. Carlos Erazo, who's done a great job on defense for Pennridge, comes up and knocks it out of bounds.
It's going to be goalie ball. Excuse me, not goalie ball. Pennridge ball.
So Pennridge will send this free kick into the center. Good header by Shlok Shaw there, keeping the ball down on that Pennridge side. Now Springford advancing as quickly as they can get that ball down into that attacking third. Pennridge sends it out.
Springford is trying to use their speed, but Pennridge is just matching.
Castle tries to head that ball out in front of him. Can't get the angle he was looking for, and it'll be Springford ball as the throw-in for Russell bounces over him. Bodenschatz there, backing Russell up. Now Bodenschatz dribbling around in the middle.
That was a nice move by Bodenschatz.
Looking for some penetration, hits the deck. And then that ball gets bounced around between Pennridge and Springford. And the clock will stop. It'll be a penalty on Springford.
We're approaching the final minute here of the first overtime. And if nobody scores in this last 60 seconds, 63 seconds, or 67 now, clock adjustment, you're gonna see a second overtime with the fields flipped.
Everybody's set, and we're just about ready to resume play. Everyone catches a much-needed break there as that ball comes in, and what a kick that one was.
Great point by you. This has been non-stop movement from both sides.
And now Pennridge here will have their first corner chance in this overtime period.
And this is going to come at a crucial time with 50 seconds approaching this overtime.
If they can score here, Springford's really going to have limited chances now. Under 45 seconds here in overtime. Here comes that corner. Lofted high, header. Bouncing around. Also Manning there controls it. Misplays it a little bit, gets it back, and just showing off his skill with the foot as he clears it.
Great control there by Echo. Great control.
Springford still not out of it. Also Manning comes up, and he plays it well. Gets it taken away from him, though. Pennridge with 15 seconds here to attack. They're trying to find an angle. Springford defense not giving in. Not allowing any creases. It'll be Springford ball. 10 seconds here at McNelly in the first overtime. And Bodenschatz looking for Russell. Lynch has 1 second. And that'll do it for the first overtime.
Oh, boy.
Neither team able to score. We have got a game for the ages here at Coach McNelly Stadium.
Yeah, we got another 15 minutes coming your way.
And once again, welcome back to Coach McNelly Stadium. If one overtime period wasn't enough, here we are coming at you with a second overtime here in the District 4A semifinals between the number 9 seed Springford Rams and the number 12 seed Pennridge Rams. Score is tied at 0-0. We've made it through 2 periods, 40 minutes each, 1 period, 15 minutes each, no score. So we got one more 15-minute period, and if nobody scores here, we'll be going into the ever so popular shootout.
And yeah, I've said it like 50 times this game. Stakes couldn't be higher, and they keep on getting higher as each passing minute, each period passes. You have the crowds roaring, stomping their feet on the bleachers here. Tensions are high. Yeah, I mean, you could not have picked a more perfect night for this. 0-0. This has been a defensive clinic. Both goalies have been outstanding. We're in for a ride, Anthony.
And Pennridge kicks it all the way down and out to start this overtime. And Logan Hyduke will get it. Get ready to kick this ball in. And this ball comes into play. Good head by Irazo. Keeping that ball down on the spring forward side. Ball gets bounced around. Pass slides by Pennridge. Goldberg looking to bring this ball up. He hesitates, now goes. His pass gets deflected, and he will trip and fall. Now Pennridge advancing downfield. Link coming up, trying to keep the ball down. Colton Pollock over to Connor Lynch. Connor Lynch puts a little stutter step on. Now passes it to Goldberg. Goldberg looking around, finds Pollock. Pollock working on Link. Now to Goldberg. Now Trevor Jones has it. Jones goes over to Shaw. Shaw back in the middle. Rapid ball movement from the Rams here as Ben Scarry comes up and knocks that one away from Ben Goldberg.
And this is a different approach we saw from the first overtime. You know, now we're seeing Springford pass, and try to hold possession here, which is something they weren't able to do for a while now.
And pivotal chance here for Springford as Connor Lynch hits the deck. Refs call a penalty on Pennridge. And Springford here will have a free kick.
And they're going to let Merchant pass this one in. One of the most proficient passers on this team. They're going to try to get it over the middle. Give Bowden Schatz a chance there.
As everybody gets set. CJ Dimmick in the goal
The
for
crowd is
Pennridge. Merchant comes up, lofts this one over, just over the goal, a little high and wide. That couldn't have been any closer.
Merchant overshot that by about 6 inches, and that's just the way this game has been going. You know, each team has had their opportunities to get the ball into the goal, you know, within a couple inches, and it just hasn't been going in.
As that ball gets bounced around, it'll be sides on the Rams. Pennridge trying to go quickly there. Refs call the play off. It'll be Pennridge ball here. 12-10 in the fourth period, the second overtime here at McNelly.
I'm sure whoever wins or loses, both of these teams are going to have a good night's sleep, because this is a lot of running.
As that free kick gets sent down, headed up, over. Good job by the Springford defense, creating a wall with no creases. As that ball trickles away from Schloke, and now it comes back in. Pennridge, shot. What a save by Hyduke, knocking it up and over. Had he not been there, that would have been a goal, and we would have been talking about a Pennridge victory, but he just did a good job getting his hands under it and lofting that ball over the goal.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Hyduke is having one of the best games, if not the best game, so far of his young high school career. He is the guardian angel of this goal.
Springford not out of the woods yet. Here comes the Pennridge corner. Line drive bounces off two Springford defenders. Pennridge comes back up. Hyduke once again there to save. Logan Hyduke having a great game there in the net. Does a good job falling on and securing that ball. Now he punts it downfield. Pennridge there to play it. Scarry lofts it over into the middle. Now the Rams turning defense into offense. They are rushing up the field. Pennridge knocks it out. It'll be Pennridge ball here with 10:30 in the second overtime.
Now go back to that Hyduke save there. I mean, Hyduke had to put everything in that jump, because that ball was just high enough to get into the goal, but low enough to not go over the crossbar. So Hajduk really had to put his jump into it, and he did. He put his hand in the right spot. Perfect save there by Hajduk. And like you said, like you mentioned before, we might be talking about a victory here for the Rams if it wasn't for Hajduk.
Good header there by Trevor Jones, able to find Colton Pollock. Colton Pollock dribbles, fakes out 2 Pennridge defenders, finds Bodenschatz. Bodenschatz advances. Pollock now on the breakaway. Colton Pollock goes in the middle for Goldberg. And it'll be
And it's a call on Springford. I mean, on Pennridge.
on Pennridge, so this is a big moment there. As Springford will have a penalty kick here.
It's not going to be penalty, but it's going to be, as there seems to be some confusion on the field of where this is going to be kicked from, as it looks like it's going to be around the 10-yard line. So not necessarily a penalty, but this is as close as it can get. And the crowd is really ramping up now.
So Springford lines up 3 across here as they are staring right in the face of the Pennridge Rams wall. They're going to have to try to get this one in. Bodenschatz slides out to the right. Merchant comes up, passes it over. Shot just high. Springford once again unable to convert, but still getting great looks on goal nonetheless.
Yeah, that was a great look. I like the call to have Merchant pass it first. I think that was a good call. Just a little high. One of these has to go in eventually, right, Bamford?
Maybe. Zaso Manning does a good job coming up, knocking that ball away. And now Bodenschatz has it, working that left side of the field, sends it to the corner, looking for Pollock. And Pennridge does a good job beating the ball to the spot. It'll stay with the Rams. It'll be Bodenschatz to throw it in. Here with 7:45 in the second overtime, Bodenschatz runs up, throws it towards the goal. Ball gets bounced around and Pennridge clears. Slokeshaw plays it on 2 bounces. Now Bodenschatz trying to turn the corner, dribbles into the middle. They go back to Bodenschatz. He gets it poked away from him. Pennridge sends it down. Here comes Castle, but also Mounting does a good job playing that ball in the air.
It was a great defensive play there by Pennridge.
As Logan Hajduk comes out, fields that ball, ending the Pennridge rush up the field. He's going to roll it over to Trevor Jones. Trevor Jones comes up, goes middle of the field. Pollock bounces it back to Shaw. Shaw now coming up, looking for Bodenschatz, unable to find him as Bodenschatz slipped and fell. Now Scary over to Erazo. Erazo finds Castle. Aiden Castle gathers. Now brings the ball into the attacking third. Castle showing the speed, gets around. Pennridge has that ball in the middle of the goal, bounced around.
And it's going to be...
And Pennridge now is going to have a chance that Springford had earlier on with the free kick pretty much right on top of the goal.
As I think they caught somebody for a handball there that probably actually was a potential saving goal, but it led to this, which is going to be a penalty kick. That is... Hajduk has had the game of his life. Can he do it again?
So now Pennridge with the PK. 1-on-1. Pennridge versus Hajduk for the district semifinals. It is buried. Pennridge wins in thriller fashion here at Coach McNally Stadium in 2 overtimes. They strike on the penalty kick, taking this game and moving on to the district finals. What a game here at Springford.
Yeah, Hajduk, the thing about penalty kicks is that a lot of it comes down to luck. There's so much time, there's so little time between where the ball is and where the goalie is. And when a ball is traveling at that speed, the goalie really has to kind of guess where the ball is going to go. And perfect kick in the top corner to finish off this this game. And Pennridge, they it took a penalty kick to win this game.
It was just a game of ups and downs. Both teams went back and forth the entire way. This district's 4A semifinal game is capped off with a Ben Scary penalty kick to win it. Pennridge moves on. Springford is eliminated. What a game it was for Edon Castile and the rest of the RCTV crew here at Coach McNally Stadium. I am Anthony Bamford. Have a great night.